and
sounds good.
We'll discuss that over there.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, that was very informative and really nice to see all of this work. And thank you for working with us on this and, all of the, also the enhancements and the suggestions to the backup stuff. And for working on this and proposing this to the community. I think a lot of people will be able to use this. And yeah, it's just like an amazing tool. So thank you a lot for that. Do you guys have any other questions or something else you would like to ask? Right, taking silence as no. I think we can.
One question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So last time when Kiran developed the NFS backup driver, right? So this is like on par with maybe it's another driver, right? The CBAC. Okay, so there we provided a lot of APIs like a create backup and restore. We have provided some APIs, right? Here also I see APIs. So maybe like for every driver, like we are going to have a different set of APIs. That's what we are looking at.
There's a driver interface, and it's tying up to the same Manila APIs, but the driver interface looks a lot like your shared driver interface. It's very simple though. It just says create backup, delete backup.
Okay, same API, only driver is changing. Okay.
Yeah. So and these are drivers in different places. That's like the main difference actually. Because there's the share manager based driver and there's the data manager driver. And CBAC will be one of those data manager drivers. And I can imagine, like, you might have, Cinder has a concept of backup drivers, right? So we might actually grow this in the future, where I've seen a lot of different vendor backup driver implementations in Cinder that don't have a corresponding volume driver implementation. But it's just a backup driver specifically because they're a backup product, for instance.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, I try to just link this backup driver interface here. That's the one. But it's pretty much like, as Gautam said, as the shared driver, but it's, base interface for the backup driver. Cool. If there aren't any other questions, then I think we can wrap up this topic and go to the next one. Again, thank you very much for joining us, Zach. It's really great to see all of this work you are doing for the CBAC driver. And yeah, looking forward to getting this implemented. Again, don't hesitate to ping us in case you have any questions or if you'd like some help with testing or any of the other things. So yeah, we are available to help on that. Cool. Next topic then is bug management. We ran a bit late, but I think I can buy us some more time at the end of this session because there's not another team using the same room as we are today. So sorry for that, Vida. But yeah, Vida is responsible for bug management, and did I do that? Sorry. Yeah, Vida is pretty much responsible for our bug management, and she would like to share with us some stats and some thoughts that she had. So, yep, Vida, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Carlos. Yeah, I started the bug analysis as usual for this cycle, and I only had a few lines of data that I started with, so added them to the main Etherpad. But as I kept sharing helpful information here, the list grew, the information grew, so I moved it to this special Etherpad. Just so people can add comments or refer to it later. So as usual, this cycle, we tracked the bug, basically bug fix progress and incoming and outgoing, the stats. And I have listed them for all the projects here with the links for Manila UI and Python Manila client. And at the beginning of the cycle, our numbers were pretty consistent. We did have some incoming bug spikes. The stats here show the current one as of last week. And our numbers are pretty close. They were pretty close at the beginning of the cycle. We did address a lot of bugs, bug fixes, but then new bugs came in. So that's why the numbers kind of stay steady. As you can see in the Manila, that's the most active project in terms of bug find and resolution. We have 122 open bugs, of which 33 have fixes proposed. So we're around, the backlog is around just south of 90 bugs. And our goal during each cycle is to address and close as many of the fixes as we can. And this cycle, we also had a doc hackathon. We did have a number of doc bug fixes that we wanted to help to merge and address those. And here's the link. Thanks, Carlos. This is a list of bugs that we addressed during the doc hackathon. And as you can see, participation was very good. And we fixed a number of these doc bugs. There was a couple that we had questions or we wanted to maybe break them out. And that's why some of those weren't addressed. But for the most part, the fix rate was around the 70%, and very, very good progress. So those are the numbers there. Any questions about how we track these stats, by the way? Let me know. Just I can hook up with you async and explain, or if you have any suggestions, we're always looking for improvements. Next topic is enhancements. As I mentioned, we're always looking for new ways to increase the code quality and contribution rate and collaboration. So this cycle, we continue doing that. And we had this Bug Squash event, which Carlos shared with you, and that was very successful. And also, I'm working on a onboarding document for our for the whole process of being a bug czar and how we address do the bug scrubs weekly during the IRC meeting, the whole process, working on documenting that. So we welcome any contributions or any new bug czar candidates that come along. We've shared this with the community, the past PTGs, and this is yet another PTG. We're hoping to attract folks to take on this role and bring in fresh ideas. If you find yourself that you're interested in this role, please reach out to us. Or if you have any suggestions, as I mentioned, just reach out with suggestions. And as far as this transition to new bugs are, if we have a candidate this new cycle, there'll be a onboarding session. I will work with the candidate, and also there'll be a transition period. So when the person is completely comfortable, then they can take on the role, but I'll always be supporting them if they need it. That's all the information I wanted to share. And let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Vida. And thank you for sharing all of these amazing stats. Yeah, I mean, we managed to do great progress in the previous cycle, and Hot Docs Hackathon was also great. But I think I have some other questions that can help other people to look at the, how is it to be, the bugs are and what's usually what you do. So could you please, for example, like you groom the bugs for every single week. Could you please tell us like how you do that? How long does it take every week for you to manage all of the bugs and to share the list with us? How long do you do? How much time do you spend on that?
So it varies from week to week, obviously, depends on how many new bugs we have. We've had some weeks that 5 or 6 new bugs came in, and that took some time to analyze and do the initial triaging. That's the kind of triaging that I do before the community discussions or the bug scrub with the community. And that entitles allocating any flags or priority level, basically setting up the bug information so we can use them to query, or you can use them to group and analyze the bugs together. That's the initial triage. And for weeks that there is no bugs, or maybe the bug arrival is 1 or 2, what I do is I go through the backlog and selectively choose some bugs for the community or myself to triage and update. And some of these bugs, which we call them stale bugs, they have been in the backlog for years. Some of them have been in the backlog for years, and depending on the importance of the bug, I make a decision of whether it's a community. We want to basically discuss it with the community, or something that we can just do, like put them, maybe set flags, and depending on the recurrence of the issue. So in addition to the new arrivals and bugs, I do a bug scrub of the previous ones, previous backlog. And in the past cycle, in this cycle, I believe that maybe 3 or 4 of the backlog, we were able to easily provision them during the IRC cycle. So those are the main approaches. Carlos, does that answer your question, or do you have any other, decision making questions that you have about this? I'll be glad to
It's
explain.
actually pretty cool to hear about how you do this. Also, because it's going to be hard to spell it out, right? You've been doing it
Yeah.
successfully for so many cycles now, and it makes it. You put us in a comfort zone with the bugs. I mean, far more than what we were. Whatever we were trying before you took on the bugs our role. Yeah.
Sure.
So that's I don't want to see that job go unthanked. So you have a lot of the community's gratitude for that. And so it is these strategies that are working for us. So I would like for you to if possible, put that to paper when you're thinking about the stuff. And I'm glad that you'd be available to mentor anyone that's interested in this role. So I want to pick on that a little bit and actively encourage people, saying bugs are a great way to help out in the community. Looking at the bugs, you don't really need to be solving the bugs, but just understanding and triaging the bugs as they come in, or helping the community notice these bugs faster, is what Vida is doing. And her role is invaluable in the sense that I mean, a lot of the times people that are reporting these bugs are looking for this triage. They're actually doing us a favor by reporting a bug, and they expect us to be responding to those bugs in a timely manner. Otherwise, they're going to feel discouraged, and this is not going to happen. Right. So we've been on top thanks to Vida's efforts. So I would actively encourage anyone that wants to learn this process. She's going to be a great mentor for this, and you can help keep this process going for us.
Thanks, Gautam. I do want to. There's a hierarchy that's involved in a bug scrub. For example, is I make sure that all the high priority bugs are addressed first. That's why we do the initial triage. So we set the priority and the importance, and all the basically the high and medium bugs always get scrubbed, and they always, if there's no action, they get basically the community gets pulled during every IRC call. So that's the main thing, is that we want to make sure that the main issues, which are probably deemed high and medium, have been addressed, right? And the other part of analysis is for our bug squash, look at where are we blocked, or where is it that the fixes are not merging, or they're not getting reviews, and that normally turns into a focus theme for bug squash event. By focus theme, I mean, for example, this time we had a documentation focus bug squash. A couple of times we had stale bug squash, which is addressing the old bugs. So there's a lot of this considerations that comes into prioritizing how we address the bugs. And another approach that we started, which was really helping us, is keeping track of all the discussions during the IRC meetings about a bug. So if you look at a bug, every bug, not only does it have the triage information and the assignee and reporter information, but also it has comments. I asked the specific questions to each bug from folks, like about reproducing, about the steps, clarifying it. But there also will be a link to the discussion logs, which people can go and see how many times this bug was addressed in a meeting with the community and what were the results. So reading those notes will help me decide a lot of times how to proceed with a bug. So these are another aspect of the bugs are duties, which are helping the community resolve these quality issues. So hopefully that helps see a little bit of a picture. But again, as I mentioned, I am working on this document. So
Yeah, that'd be super helpful. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah,
sure, anytime.
that absolutely helps. And yeah, I think the whole idea behind my question was pretty much trying to share with everyone what does it look like to be beta as bugs are for one day, for example, like what do you be doing, and also understand exactly like what you are looking for and get your perspective on these things. As Gautam said, like you've been doing an amazing work for years already, and we are really happy with it. And again, like that puts on yes in a comfort zone, but yes, if there are more people interested, then be aware that you have an amazing mentor to guide you through all of this, and I'm pretty sure you do a great job as well. Um,
Thanks, Carlos. I really appreciate it. It's been a pleasure. I just want to mention, if anybody's interested slightly in this role, just reach out, talk to me, and we can have shadowing sessions. But also, this is a great way to learn the code and understand where uh, where the issues might lie. So it helps someone that's also joining the community to understand the bugs and the code. It's a great opportunity for anyone to come on board. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks. Are there any other questions or suggestions or comments you'd like to make? All right. Taking silence as no. I think that's a wrap for today. Then tomorrow we will have a couple of other topics to discuss, starting with some tech that changes, for example, for Desico Me 2.0, and also Takashi joining us to discuss a couple of other things related to our database migrations. And yeah, some more tech that or other deprecation things, and also the share encryption with Barbican that will have Kiran and Saravanan talking to us. Yeah, I see another topic added. I'll take a look at the at all of the topics and try to rearrange the work here. But yeah, I think that's pretty much like an overview of what we will be seeing tomorrow in the PTG. So in case there isn't anything else you guys would like to add, I think we can wrap this up and get back tomorrow to the next topics. Just a reminder, as usual, in the last Friday for PTG, we have happy hour. So you're all welcome to join. I am trying my best to make it as fun as possible for everyone. So yeah, if you'd like to, please join us. We'll be happy to have you. All right, have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Oh yeah, thanks, Ashley. Screenshot. Sorry, if everyone can stay, and then we can take a team picture. That would be nice. Oh, I'll stop screen sharing, and I'll get back to this.
Yeah, you're starting to lose people.
Yeah.